Good morning.
Good morning. We're starting early today. A few minutes. That's good. What's new up north there?
Oh, continuing to get rain. Lots and lots of rain.
Yes, yes. Same here. And in addition, some assassin has given me a cold.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, I'm fighting it
summer
off.
colds are terrible.
I hate it. I feel it, and I
Oh,
tried to warn him. I said, I think I gotta, so I'm a little trippy today. But the people
okay.
in the audience did not need to know that. But I shared anyway, because that's what I do. Welcome, sir, and welcome to everyone who is here for Scenario 12, the Vicksburg campaign, and this is what I'm going to call today Lucky Session number 7, because it can only get better from last week. Those of you who have not watched last week's or at all any of the episodes, stop here, go back, catch up. And we are going to refer back to some things, I'm sure, so spoilers ahead. But I'm trying to put a positive mental attitude on this one. I'm going to see if I can shake things off and regroup and figure out what to do from here, because some of the opinions out there in social media land are like, this might be done, Patrick. You just need to know you're dead. But I don't know that. I have no idea what to expect from here. I've got a few ideas, but that is what it is. So, how are you doing? What do you think about all this today?
Yeah, last session things combat definitely went my way, and you just bad luck, really bad luck for you last time. And I did have some gameplay yesterday, and I experienced your bad luck yesterday. I was decisively beaten, so I understand how that can feel. Yeah, things I have experimented, played around with my spreadsheet and timing. I mean, it's not over from a can you get the points, but things do have to start breaking your way on these combats because you have to break through here within the next several turns and get to Vicksburg and create the siege situation. Or if I screw up, actually take Vicksburg, in which case, as they say, a whole new ballgame.
I am forced to agree with you, sir. I don't know, having I've read limited amounts of other people's experiences with this, but I know the timing on the siege is critical because you need to maximize points, and even with 70 turns, and we're only on, let's review, we are on turn 21. So I've got 50 turns, but you need X number of points for a marginal here, and that's being degraded even as we speak. And today I've got heat, of course, so that affects both of us equally. Uh, I would assume that that's going to lessen the motivation for us to do a lot of hard marching. So it's not as bad as rain, but it's, because I've got an offset, but it's,
I was going to say you still have your your -1 March bonus. Okay.
I do. So that's the only blessing, that for 5 days Grant is saying, I don't care how much your feet hurt, march. But yeah, corrections. There was one or two little corrections. I think Mark had a question about your movement of the track, and I think that was satisfied by the fact that you have gone to Raymond and no further, which that I think that's good for the Army of Relief. And then mine, I caught it in editing after the fact, was I just flippantly hand waved. I was like, "Oh, Logan's the only one out of supply," but no, of course we've got
Oh,
the
right. Yeah.
Expeditionary Force. So I went through and made them out of supply. So I think now that was the only correction. Thank you, Holger, and everyone who does comment on that stuff. It really helps us out, catches the goofs. But we love hearing what you're thinking about the stuff so far. And I have never gotten so many sympathy cards in my life. uh, Someone said it's. They texted me directly, and I shared that with everybody. Said it's like watching someone kick a puppy. I don't disagree with that. It's hard to take it on the chin, something like that, because the perfect plan, and it just falls apart. I've got a +5. Well, you're still going to roll a 1, and he's going to roll a 6. So when that happens, you just gotta roll with it. Literally, you just gotta go on and keep fighting the good fight as much as you can, and other platitudes to make me feel better. But yeah, I'm not looking backwards. I'm only looking forwards. And then if today goes really horrible, well, then I gotta start thinking about where the line is, right? Where's my sanity give out?
Yeah, and just I don't know, date this a little bit, and I wish I remembered. Been some I can't remember the YouTube channel, so I won't mention it. I'll do some research and let's put up some very interesting time lapse videos on the Vicksburg campaign, and I'll remember to have that. Maybe I'll put it in the description.
As far as the actual true history of it?
The true history, and he's kind of using I imagine some maps that Joe and Chris found for this. So it's really interesting to see the units move, and it's been a fascinating little documentary. I'll put that in the comments section below if I
Oh
can
yeah,
remember to do that.
I definitely would love to see that. That'll help. That'll help me a bit. Give me a little context. And I found at a local thrift store somebody had just donated a whole mess of books of specifically the Western theater,
Oh
and
wow!
there was like a biography of Leonidas Polk, and there was Grant's generals, and there was several different individual books about the Vicksburg campaign, and they wanted a couple bucks each. So I think I'm going to go back there this week and start snapping them up
Mm.
because it's timely. I'll take them as I find them. So I guess we are ready to get underway. We've tap danced for about 7.5 minutes here, so
Yeah.
let's go through the steps here as per usual. We've done our random event, which is heat, and I've got leader transfers. Well, yes, I think it's time to perhaps put Grant on a horse and send him through the lines. Let's see. I'm going to send him to McPherson, I think. Yeah. Sherman will stay where he is. McClernand's going to stay where he is. And obviously McPherson there. So that's really my only change.
Stevenson's going to go to Taylor. I think still going to move Loring to Buford and Tillman. And Bremerton is going to transfer that same stack. And where's Smith? Smith is there. I'll leave him there. Fournay, him there as well. That's it for me.
Then any attachments? I don't think I have any.
Yeah, I'm going to take sub 8 and add him to Tracy. So sub 8 goes over here. So Tracy's going to pick up manpower. I think that's it for me.
It's on to the action cycle. So I think I will wish you the best of luck, sir.
Good luck to you.
I'm going to roll our first initiative and see what happens. And it's mine. I'm going to have McPherson activate Crocker. And we're going to march. That's okay. Because they're just going to go into the Los. Initiative. Mine again. I will have Steel March. And they will go... They will go right there. Initiative. Mine again. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll take Crocker to 2. Here's movement. 2. That's fine. He's going to go there. Initiative. That's yours.
Loring activate Buford and Tillman. Their movement once not command paralysis, so +2. They go 8 movement points. Loring will stay with Buford, so they can go 1, 2, 8 to there. Tillman will go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative, that's yours.
Sadly, I was kind of hoping to rest them, but Sherman will activate them both. We get that. We'll take them one at a time, of course. Tuttle will go first. Here's extended march of... He's okay. He's going to go here. And Sherman and Steele, or Sherman and Blair, they're okay. They're going to go there. Initiative. That's mine. I'll have McPherson activate Crocker. Here's movement. 3. Extended march plus an. They're okay. I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. Mine. I'll have a Logan march. Here's movement. 5. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there. Initiative. Still mine. I'll take a Logan again. Movement. There. Initiative. That's a high tie. That's yours.
Have Stevenson activate Taylor.
That's 2 6s now.
We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll take Logan to 3. Here's movement.
There you
That's
go.
better. Yeah. Okay, so with heat and union, that's +2, but I'm down 1 for that, so it's a net +1 to this roll. Whew, that's good. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Well, let's see if I can get the next initiative here. So we'll take Buford to fatigue 2. And they're just going to do a min move into the Los Hex. Initiative. That's mine. So yeah, take Buford to fatigue 3. He's going to attempt an assault on Sherman in Los. So it's +1. And Loring's a 6. So it does come off. We will attempt a grand with Pemberton. That's a 3 + 1 is a 4, so it does not come off because ties for grand assaults do not go your way. So with that, I see the type is +1. Tactical is even, right? Loring's a 3, Sherman's a 3. You don't have artillery. Now my final flank, I think, is a +3. I've got all 6 hexes covered, but the only hex that comes off is that one. Because I have road into that hex and a road into that hex.
That is what I see. Yep.
Tillman covers that, and Taylor covers these 2. So the flank's +3, and the ratio, though, is going to be a -1 because you get full strength for defense. So
Correct. Yep.
So it's 4 up and 1 down for a final of a +3. Here we go. Let's see how your luck's going to be today. It's a 5. Good chance here.
Need a 5 or 6. 5 or 6, baby. Come on, 5 or 6. There you go.
Got it. Well, time to start giving you some points back, right? So that's a -1 result.
-1.
On 5 is a 1D.
And I get 2F, so they're done for the day.
Increase manpower. He flips to disorganize. So, and I now have 6 losses. Initiative. That's yours.
Got Pemberton out away from the pack, so that's handy. As strange as it may sound, I'm going to look elsewhere for the moment. I'm going to have Wagon B march. And they get a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Bring up Tracy. Here's his movement. He gets 6 movement points. 1, 3, 4. He's a 4 crossing a ford.
Right, that'll be a +1.
So it's going to be. How many has he moved? So,
Yeah, he's moved 4, and then
4,
5, 6.
5, 6. Initiative. That's yours. You may be on mute.
Yep, Hall marched 2. Thank you. Initiative. That is yours.
Tracy is now activated by Stevenson, so he gets a +2 to this movement roll. 7. Penalty for low +3, so it's gonna be 1. Oh, he has enough to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Clutch.
Initiative. That's yours.
I'm going to have Hovey march. Movement. 5. He's simply going to go there. Initiative. It's yours.
I'm going to activate Tillman with Loring. Here's his movement, +2. Pemberton and Loring will transfer to him. They're just going to go 1 hex to there. Initiative. That's mine. Okay. Stevenson will attempt an assault on Sherman's hex with both Tracy and Taylor. Still in Los, so +1 to this roll. Does not come off. Initiative. I don't want to take. I got to do it again. +1 to 2. So it does come off. So I'm currently with 9. So we'll attempt a grand assault. It's a 2 +1 is 3. So I can bring in Tillman. So this is a little better. So the type's a +1. Ratio's now +1. Flank is the same, +3. So now I have a final of a plus. So I see a final of a +5. Type ratio, because now I have 12. 6.
Yeah, +5.
Okay, here we go. It's an 8. At least I got you out of there.
And here is the defense. Well, he did get me out of there. But I'm going to take some manpower losses.
I think I am as well.
So +2. Oops.
1 DA for me.
And I have just DA, but I'm going to lose 2 on the... Boo. You said 1 DA for you?
Yep.
Okay. So, not terrible, but bad enough.
Well, I was hoping for something better than that.
Okay. So, I'm going to... So, first step is here. I can go there.
I'm not going to take the hex. I'll leave that. Wow, that was kind of an unfortunate result to kill 2 guys. Traded points. That's all I've accomplished. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have Hall march again. Movement. 4. I'll go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. That's low tide, that's mine. I'll have Wagon B march. Movement. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative. That is yours.
Activate Barton for movement. He's under Featherstone. That's disappointing. Changes what he's going to do. He's just going to go to there. 1, 2. Initiative. Yeah, we'll take Barton again. Here's his movement. So he's in Los. There's no Tzak, so he can just march now. 1, 2, 3. No, he's going to go up this way. 4 and 5 to Utica.
Because you attacked from Stevenson. I thought you were coming from Pemberton, so active would have been here, and then, so first step, second step. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Pot's right. Good. So everybody that's already started typing everything, we caught it. Sherman's in the right spot now. Yes. Always with the retreat priorities. 4A and 4B are always fun. Okay. Well, that might help with the Barton's situation here, but he's sneaking up to get there. I'm going to take the opportunity while I've got it, and I'm going to bring a wagon on with Bryant and Ewing.
I didn't even
Right?
look at the reinforcements. Do we have any? I
It's
don't
not.
have any.
It's I can always bring wagons on, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if you don't have them.
Yeah, and I can bring it where a friendly unit is. Does not have to be a. It does not have to be a depot. But if I bring it in where there's a depot, I could bring both of them in there. So I'm only bringing in one. So I will go to my HQ and I will bring in Wagon C with the victuals, and they're going to have 2 manpower. They are going to get a fatigue, and they're going to sit there and act like a supply point because I should have done that last turn, but I didn't. Initiative. That's mine. It's too hot. It's just bloody hot. So I'm going to say pass on this one.
Okay. Let me look around myself here. Which is good. I'm going to pass as well, I think. I don't want to gamble Barton flipping on a +1
Yeah,
in the heat. So,
I agree. I totally agree with that. Okay, then. Oh, and thank you, Mark, for pointing out that the whole time when we were struggling with the entrenchments, I should have been using the CSA paralysis button, which is the third one there, which will recover them but will not entrench them. So that's the secret. And I knew that, but I've just been hitting Sunshine Recover. So thank you for pointing that out, Mark. All
oh,
right. Today, I will recover everybody in the Super Sunshine because it's hot. We were just talking about, and some of you may be commenting, Holger, I'm looking at you. But yes, I mentioned it in the video last week about Sherman should not have gone here. He should have gone here. That may have affected things, but probably not. Roger is an astute enough player that he would have prevented Sherman from getting reorganized today. We'll just put that one off to the side and we will move on. So now we got turn 22, May
You can
20.
you can just retreat yourself into Raymond there.
Oh yeah, right. I mean that works for me. All right, let's do our first random event of the day. I'm going to let you do the honors of that, sir.
it's a 5, which is probably going to be, Union
Union
Water
Water
Crisis. And let's review that Union Water Crisis, because I know we've
Yes.
gotten it wrong once.
Right. At the end of the action cycle during the turn recovery phase, I must have all my divisions adjacent to a water source. So creek, big river, bayou, whatever.
Oh,
So
wow.
right,
And you lose manpower if it's already
yeah,
disorganized.
yeah. So luckily, let's do a quick check here. Hall's Logan's good. Sherman potentially will get good. Grant's good. Steele has a problem. Hall is good. McClernand, Hovey, all of them are good. Everyone's fine for the most part. It's just right now Sherman, and Steele. So all of Sherman's corps is in a search for water today. So we will put that on the calendar.
And you don't have anybody in Edwards, Clinton, or Crystal Springs, is that correct? Because they're all exempt.
Okay, that's good.
And we do not have rain or heavy rain or late rain, so that does. And there's no additional fact that heat yesterday.
Nope.
Has no additional effect, and it's not June or July, so that's in.
Yep.
And if you're entrenched to fort build or fort complete, you're also exempt.
Oh, good. Okay. I figure they've tapped a pump or a well somewhere.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
interesting. Okay.
All right. So let's move on through. We got leader transfers. Okay. It was heat, so it would add +1 to that. So basically a natural 1 for both of them. So
Yeah.
we'll do Bryant first. No. And then Ewing. No. Okay. So that's moot.
Yep.
Or as Joey say, it's moo. All right. It's like a cow's opinion. It doesn't matter. All right. Well, then, so that was that. Oh, leader transfers. I'm going to move. Yeah, I need the leadership up there. So I'm going to put Grant with Sherman. and McPherson up there. And that is good.
So Blair and Tuttle do not occupy a hex side with water, despite the fact they have that little tail. So they would be out of water crisis.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Stevenson. Move Loring down to Buford. Yeah, I'll leave Loring there, I think. Now Stevenson. Yeah, I need to keep him there because you now have a tactical. That's it for me for
Okay.
your transfers.
Have any attachments yet? You?
I'm attached sub 3 to Featherstone, so he's going to gain 2 manpower, and they stay at breast 2. And that's it for me on that.
Okay. Then why don't you give us the first initiative here?
Okay. It's yours.
Interlacing among your units has become very unfortunate because I don't have a good cohesive front, and I'm not happy about that. I'm going to activate Crocker. He's going to get a movement of... Nice movement. Okay. So this is 4 to here, 5 to there, 6 to there.
He works for McPherson? Yeah, okay.
It does. Yep. Initiative. Alright, there's the 6-1 split I needed. I'm going to have McPherson activate Crocker to 2. Here's movement +1. 5. Okay. Okay. So he's going to transfer to Crocker. Here is the extended march for him of +1 -1. He's okay. So I'm going to make a prepared attack on Pemberton. So I have a +1 for prepared, because it's a 5 instead of a 4. I've got ratio covered, tactical covered, and artillery. You have a die roll, because I've got 4 and you've got 3.
Used.
Okay, so +1 -1. No terrain, and no flank at all. So I just see an even attack here.
Yep.
So here's even attack. 6. That's my third 6.
Wow.
Oof. Wow. Okay.
That's a +5 result.
+5 result on Stevenson.
6 is going to be, wow, 2 DR.
+5 on
Apparently,
6.
your sacrifice to the dice gods was accepted.
Apparently.
Okay, so they both lose a manpower. Take 1 off each one. They are going to go to demoralized. So as you said, they're done for the day. Okay, so you attacked from McPherson. So he's got to go further away by road for 1. Oop, everybody's got to go. Further away by road for 1. Further away by road for 2. 3.
Yeah, it's not further away, but it is by road. So that's okay.
I gotta go 4 to there.
Yep.
And they'll cross the ferry for 5.
Okay.
And you had no effect, I imagine, right?
Nope, just an end. So I'm going to take the hex.
You did use all your movement points, so.
I did, yep. So, okay. I show now 19 to 9. Is that what you have?
Yes.
All right, chipping away. Here we go. Initiative. That's yours.
Well, a little late in the day for that. Okay. All right, this is now kind of a puzzle. Okay, I'm going to activate Featherstone. I know I just dropped off, just consolidate those guys. Now I'm going to drop off a sub. So I accomplished nothing by that, didn't I? Except for he's got to be at breastworks. Going to lose 2 manpower. You already have 3 artillery pieces, so I'm going to keep my artillery with Featherstone. his entrenchments. Okay, so here's his movement. Was 1-2 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Okay, now I'll activate Featherstone with Loring. Here's his movement. 8. Loring, transfer to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's me. Nick Barton. Dang it. Well, that changes what he's going to do. He's just going to go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Wagon B will go. Movement. Okay, there you go. Initiative. That's yours.
Take Barton again. Man! Barton, you're useless, buddy.
They're just enjoying their time out of the Los.
1, 2. Initiative. That's mine. Okay. It's Union Water Crisis, right? So there's no effect on extend marching. So yeah, I guess I'll take. I wish I could use those Army Relief guys right now. Take Barton Fatigue 3. Here's his movement. That's a little better. Here's his extend, which is straight up for him. He's okay. So he can go 6 hexes. Quite where I wanted him to be, but close enough, I think, given the circumstances. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to there. Mine again. I'm going to pass.
I'll have Hall activate Wagon B and himself. Here's the movement. Man. Trundling along. So they're both just going to go here. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll move this cab force. I think he's not really doing me a lot of good where he's at. The 3rd Kentucky under Baldwin. Loses his entrenchments. He can go 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to there. Initiative. That's mine. We'll take him again. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. That's mine again. Okay, let's see. I'm going to continue to pass.
Okay.
Or passing for the moment anyway, till I can think of something better to do.
I will take Crocker to 3, and he will declare an assault on Smith and Vaughn. So it is a +1 for the assault, and it does not come off. Initiative. That's mine. I'll take him to 4. We'll try that again. Assault. It does come off this time. So I see +1 for assault, and +1 for tactical, and +1 for ratio of 2 to 1.
+3.
+3, yep. So, right, you've got an artillery. Yep. So here's a +3 attack. 5.
So it's a +1 result.
+1 result. I'm going to lose a manpower.
So I go to disorganize.
Yep. So he comes down 1 and flips, and I give you 1 back. And I am now at 20 manpower losses.
I think that helps you with your reinforcement rolls.
Oh, always the silver lining, Roger.
There is.
Oh boy. All right. Well, so he's gonna suffer in the water crisis now because all he had to do was get him out of there. That's all he had to do. +3 attack. Should be. All
Yep, now you
right.
get a +2 to your die roll.
Yeah, initiative. That's mine. Just you had one job. Come on, McPherson. You did stellar against Stevenson. It's Smith. All right. Sadly, Sherman has to take everybody to 2. In movement. That figures.
Come all the way down to the White Oak Creek. So I can drink deep from the waters.
I guess it really just depends on how badly I suffer from extended march. We'll have Blair go first. Here's his extended march. +1, -1. Okay. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then Tuttle's extend. He's okay. So I had 7 total. I guess it makes sense to just do this. 1, 2, and 7. Or 6, rather. Okay, initiative. That is High Ties, that's yours.
Okay, I'm going to activate Reynolds for movement. And he's just going to march in place, pick up a fatigue, drop off a sub with 1 manpower. But he keeps his breastworks, and sub 5 picks up a fatigue as well. That's yours.
Okay. Guess it's time to bring Lawman on. And he is going to join the crew, I think, up there. So he will get a fatigue, and he will join them. He's part of the... So I'm waiting for Washburn to arrive, apparently, the savior of the Mississippi. Alright, initiative. That's mine. I'm going to have Wagon A move. Here's movement. 5. We'll go 1. And an additional 4 to join them. Initiative. That's mine. 6 Missouri Cavalry will move. They will go 8. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Initiative. That's yours if you wish.
Yeah, I'm going to take the, where's that sub I just created? Sub 5 to fatigue 2. Going to march. Go 4. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. It's mine. I'll gamble, take him to fatigue 3. And he's activated by Stevenson, so he gets +2. Here's his extend. He's okay. So he can only go 3 movement points. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. Chores.
The 2nd Illinois come out of their entrenchments. Movement 10. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Well, I don't see any reason not to take sub 5 to fatigue 4. Here's his movement. +2 because he's Stevenson. 6. Here's his extend. He's okay. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swamp is that
I think it's +3, yeah.
+3, but he had plenty to get there. Okay, initiative. That's yours.
I'm going to have Steel March. Here's his movement. 2. I'll just go there. Initiative. Low tide, that's mine. Steel go again. Movement. 5. He'll go there. Initiative. The exception of Crocker. Everybody is on water. So I'm going to pass.
Pass as well.
Okay. I'm going to make some foraging attempts here. We'll start with Logan. He is so he on a natural 1. No. Okay. And these guys up here, Bryant, natural 1, and Ewing, natural 1. Hey, all right. Good job. Back in supply. Lawman's arrival has brought good tidings. All right, then. Did you have anything you wanted to do as far as attempting bridge builds or ferry repairs or anything like that?
I'm going to say no to that.
And during the recovery, McPherson and Crocker are parched, and they will lose 1 manpower. There we go. Affecting their combat, not at all. Okay, so that is all good. So let's look at a random event. I think it's my turn to roll a random event, so here we go. 11. Rain.
Something exciting. Oh, rain. Okay. Oh, straight up rain, too. Okay.
Straight up rain. Okay, so we haven't done this in a bit. Rain today. And, oh, look. So
Right
major
after
rivers are unfordable today. All right, so you have Evans available this turn. Ooh, leader transfers, I believe, is next. Yes. I'm going to move Sherman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since he's cut off there. All of my rivers. And then Grant, I think, will go up to McPherson. And that is all for me.
move Stevenson over to Barton. Pemberton down to Loring. I think that's what I'm going to do.
All right. I have no attachments. Any attachments?
I'll leave sub 5 because he'll lose his artillery if he attaches. So I'll leave him there.
Okay.
And that's the only one I think I've got. Yes, so that's it for me.
And why don't you give us the first initiative?
That's mine. I'll have Loring activate Tillman, Featherstone, and Buford. I'll roll for movement just to see what happens, but it's probably just going to be a mid-move one. Yeah. So these guys are going to move on top of Smith, and Buford's just going to go to there. And he just pick up a fatigue. Okay, initiative. That's yours.
I will have Hall activate Wagon B and himself. Here's movement. Boo! I will go there. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay, we'll have Loring activate Tillman, Featherstone, and Buford. Here's their movement. That's 7. So that's 1, 2,
3.
3,
Because of rain, yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have to stop there because that would be an additional, God knows how many to get to there.
5, I think, yeah.
And Buford's just going to go there. And I'll leave Pemberton with Smith. Why not? I'm not going to be making any grand assaults anytime soon. I don't think.
I almost believed you.
Initiative. That's mine again. Okay. Gosh, is there anything I want to try to do here?
I'm still waiting for you to take the Bowen obstacle out of my way, but it seems to be pretty effective.
I might as well bring in my reinforcement, Evans, with check, make sure, I'm pretty sure he comes in Jackson. He's Army of Relief, but let me just verify that. Yep, so he's going to come in Jackson. Initiative. That's mine again. I like Barton where he is. He has to jump one way or the other. Could move him down that way, I guess. I'm going to pass in the rain here. See what you're going to try to do.
All right. I will have Sherman activate steel. Here's movement +1, 5. So they'll go 2 and 4. Initiative, mine. I'll take them a second time. Movement, 5. So 3, 5. Initiative, mine. I have Hall activate the wagon and himself again. Movement.
Well, at least it makes it easy.
Yeah, sure does, man. Initiative, that's yours.
Well, with that, I think it doesn't mean any good to keep sub 3, so we'll take him to fatigue 1. He's going to lose his entrenchments. Here's his movement +1. That's not too bad for the rain, I guess. So 2,
always count on that.
4, 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll have Sherman take steel to 3. Here's movement. Alright, and extend +1, -1. Ah!
That surprised me that you did that, actually.
Yeah, I just thought I would get him just a little bit closer, but that's fine. I'm going to pass.
Okay, I'll take sub 3 to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. 6. 2, 4, 6 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
I'm going to pass.
So creeks not by road are unfordable. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So talking about Bowen down there, kind of hate to give that up, but you know, this could get ugly. There's a point where it just doesn't seem to make sense to maintain this anymore. So I'm going to take Cockrell to fatigue 1. He loses his entrenchments. I'll roll for movement, but I think even if he gets an 8, well, yeah, he can only go 1 hex. No matter what, I'll roll just to see what happens. So that's going to be, let's see what the impact is, Lowson. That's got to be like awful. 7. So that's...
Yeah, 6 +1, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be, so that's all I can do is 1 hex move to there. Initiative. That's mine now. Yeah, we're going to fall back a little bit here. We're going to take Bowen, Green, comment below. I'm sure a lot of people would have held on, but you're going to have a bunch of guys recover because of this rain. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out. So Cockrell goes to fatigue 2. And Green goes to fatigue 1. Movement 5. So 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5. Initiative. That's yours.
I'm surprised you held there as long as you did.
I was waiting for that 3 days ago. But finally, McClernand has a job, so okay. Let's have him activate everybody, including the wagon. They will give up their entrenchments, and they will move. And that's fine. They're going to take one big step forward. Initiative. That's yours.
So I'm at the river there, the creek crossing. Yeah, we'll take Cockrell and Green again. So Cockrell will need an extend march. Here's his movement. Here's Cockrell's extend. I have 5 movement points. So, yeah, Rain, there's no adjustment. He's okay. So he's going to go 2 and 4 to there. Green's going to go 2 and 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. I'll activate everybody with McClernand now. They will lose their entrenchments. Movement. 5. Okay. So, McClernand and Carr will go out first. 2, 4. A.J. Smith and the wagon will just go here. And Hovey will go 2, 4. And Osterhaus will go 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I'm going to pass for the moment.
McClernand will activate Hovey and Osterhaus to 2. Movement. 4. Hovey will go there. Osterhaus will go there. Initiative. Low ties, that's mine. I'm going to pass.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to be building a bridge there then. So I'm going to take A.W. Reynolds Fatigue 1. Loses his entrenchments. Here's his movement. He can go 1 hex to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Pass.
Take A.W. Reynolds again. Here's his movement. He can go 2 and 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Pass.
I'll pass as well.
Okay. Yeah, the tough decision for me was Logan. That I'm rolling on a 1 either way because of the rain. So it's like, should I move him? But I just figured, just better to leave him there. Okay, cool. Then I will try to forage with Logan. So on a natural 1. No.
Oh,
Close.
so close.
Damn close. And then Bryant up here, natural 1. No. Okay, those are my 2 forage attempts. So I will do rain recover. And as you said, yeah, that was a blessed restful day for me to get, most of Sherman's corps, except for the one he's marching with, Steele, get them back organized, and Crocker. And utilizing the Natchez Trace to slowly get McClernand forward up there. So I think this is a good stopping point for today. We've had a lot of moving pieces. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. All right, here's the next random event. 5. Union Water Crisis.
Again. But I think it's a non-event because of the rain.
Oh, it's the previous turn. Yeah. So
Yeah.
perfect. So yeah, that's good.
This
We
is-
got plenty of rain.
So
Rainwater
no-
everywhere, sir. Okay, fantastic. So we will pick it up then next time on May the 23rd. So now we get to pivot into our session review and discussion. Would you like to take point, or would you like me to take point?
I just think today, complete reversal of our last session, combats. You did a great job with combats. I had to work way too hard to get Blair and Tuttle.
Yeah,
Blair and
yeah,
Tuttle.
Sherman's Blair and Tuttle. Yep.
I had to take, I can't remember what, 6 units to Fatigue 4 to get the damage out of that. I was hoping to get with minimal damage. So I think I'll show the manpower at 9 losses for me and 20 for you. Is that correct?
That is what I have as well. Yes.
So,
And,
so I think you made a little progress on your points. I think I was negative 12 and now you're negative 11. So,
ooh, all right. But as you said, the silver lining is I get a +1 now to my manpower adjustment.
yeah.
Ooh. So I might only lose 2 instead of 3.
But you're starting to get. I've got a bunch of guys now on this. Is that the Natchez Trace?
It is the Natchez.
Yeah, Natchez Trace. So, and you've got that key crossroads with Crocker, which I was hoping the rain basically said, "Oh, I'm not going to drive him out of there this turn." So, yeah,
I think in a good and just scenario design, the Natchez Trace, this is for you, Charlie Kibler, has been, it's a very, very old Indian trail, hard packed clay from what I've heard. I think it should be a turnpike, but whatever.
Oh,
It's a major artery. All right.
yeah, probably somewhere between regular road, maybe something in the Los, especially. I could see it. Having driven around in that area, the Los's terrain is really impressive. So maybe once you get out of the Los, maybe give you an advantage. But yeah.
Oh well. But it's nice that it's on there, and I'm happy that I'm occupying it, and McLaren hopefully will take advantage of it. So, for me, on the whole, I think the Union exceptionally. I hate to just always write it off to luck, but for me, yes, it was totally luck because you were the offensive player in this last couple of attacks, and I managed. Well, in one case, yes, total disaster was averted for Sherman by getting the 6 on that one, and then today's Audacity Award goes to McPherson and Crocker for attacking on the march and just completely catching Stevenson off guard and driving him back across the Big Black. I did not expect that. All I wanted to do was sap him out, but just as we see, you never know. So you take the rolls, and sometime that 6-1 goes your way, and I'm certainly fortunate for it today. Always a little bonus when that happens. But shrinking the manpower gap by 1, that's good, considering all of the things that could have gone horribly wrong today. I was pleased by that. So today, on the whole, status quo, but a lot of forward progress was made just because I managed to threaten, just by unfortunately having broken units back there with potential. And then once Grant got there, I think that gave you a lot of pause. So now I have options here with Fisher Ferry and Hall's Ferry about getting and pushing you there. At the same time, while you're covering those, I have the Natchez Trace here. So I've got 3 potential breakout options if I can make them happen. It really just depends on what's going to happen here in the next couple of turns, as always. Mike, as the unbiased observer, what do you say about today?
You made some pretty good progress today. I think whoever can string together a couple of initiatives in a row, if you can, Patrick, the road to Raymond is open, right? But if you can't, if Roger can swing back in front of you or something like that, it makes it hard, right?
Yeah.
So
I really think that when the rain popped up, I was actually very okay with that because I knew.
Yeah, that actually helped you. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I've zoomed out, so now that Raymond is visible here on the whole map, and we can see Walker is up there on guard duty for Raymond. And I mean, I've got potentially Stevenson in my way, but if I wanted to do a breakout, but Logan unfortunately is a liability right now until I can get him fed. I'm probably not going to do very much with him, but who's to say? I need to reconstitute Sherman's force and perhaps get Hall and the wagons up there just for supply. And then we can kind of make some plans to see if I can scare Roger a little bit, right?
Yeah, and if McLaren can start pushing, that'll help you too, right?
Yeah, it's that damn 4 command. It's good for nothing. So, Roger, any final thoughts for today before we send them on their way?
Something I've got to look at is how long do I keep these guys blocking these fords down on the Big Black River. I mean, I've got 11 manpower down there.
And I'm only blocking them because you're there, and I don't want to give you the opportunity to just come in and...
Right, and go after your base and cut your supply line. So, do I keep them down there? And of course, you've got Washburn comes on. Oh, not for a while.
Not for a bit, yeah, another week or so. Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing to consider as well. So I don't know. I got lots to think about. I got to go through the Vicksburg siege. I know there's things about if I have, I think it's 5 manpower in these forts, you can't attack at all. You have to rely on the degradation to occur.
Yeah. Somehow I need to cut left at this point. I need to figure out a way to just breach the Big Black, whether it's here or it's up closer to Edwards. I don't know. But something's got to give here. I don't know what you're just in the way. Get out of the way.
Well, that's the thing. At what point do I get out of the way? I mean, if
But
we
you're
do
doing
end
a
up
really
with-
good job of being in the way. You know, that's
He
the
is,
thing.
man.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You are the roadblock award today. But yeah, I'm happy to see Bowen and Cockrell finally disregard their lines and move up the trace.
I just got to the point where they could gotten surrounded, cut off. Kind of a disaster.
So, everybody, thank you very much for watching today. As always, Turn 7 was somewhat lucky. There was the silver lining. As always, we ask that you put your comments down below. Feel free to opine. And don't tell us what you think I should be doing or Roger should be doing. But do comment on everything that's occurred thus far. And if you could please support the channel by clicking like, subscribe, and even that little notification bell up there. And if you see this out on social media, you could be a mensch by just, pushing it forward and reposting it. That helps get the visibility and the peepers out on the videos. Mike, thank you for joining us again. This is 2 weeks in a row, so it's always nice to have a viewer gallery out there. Everybody's welcome to watch. If you want to just let us know, we will certainly have you out there, and we will make accommodations to have you watch this. Of course, that takes away all of the surprise of how I edit these things. But everyone's welcome. And Roger and Mike, I hope to see you all next week, and take care.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.